Hello, my name is Perry Franklin, and today I'm going to explain how to use screws in Creo's Advanced Framework Extension, or AFX. AFX has two different methods for placing screws: assemble on point or axis, and assemble by mouse pick. I've already placed a few points and axes in the model, so I will select assemble on point or axis. I will first pick the axis or point, then pick the surface the screw head will rest on, and then pick the surface the nut will be on. The Smart Library Screw dialog box appears. At the top is the option for standards, millimeters versus inches. Below that is the drop-down menu for screw type. To the right there are options for screw threading and size, as well as counterboring options. Underneath the screw type drop-down menu are the washer drop-down menus. I can select up to 2 washers to have on the screw head side. The next box down sets the hole size. I'll review the thread options later. Then there's the nut options. Up to 2 washers can be set on this side as well, and I can select a nut type from the drop-down menu. To the right are counterboring options for the nut. I'll explain the redefine assembled screw option later. The pattern screw connection will place screws on a pattern of axes or points if the point or axis selected is patterned. The assemble on all points or axes applies to when a point or axis feature has multiple points or axes within it. The buttons below allow me to choose which assembly is active. Clicking the Reset Activated Assembly button chooses the top level assembly. Clicking Measure Diameter allows me to measure a diameter and automatically adjust the screw for the new diameter. Clicking Set Length Automatically finds the screw length that fits best. It will change the diameter of the screw depending on what lengths are available. Clicking Save Current Settings saves the screw connection settings, and clicking Open Saved Screw Connection opens the settings file. When I create a screw on a point, it automatically creates an axis for the hole. The hole is created within the part. If I assemble by mouse pick, I first need to pick the surface the head will rest on, then the surface that the nut will rest on, and then choose X and Y references. The X and Y reference can be planes, surfaces, or edges. All of the same options are available for the screw specifics. When I click OK, I can place the screw or screws by clicking where I want it. When I middle click, it brings the Smart Library dialog box up again. Right-clicking will end the assemble screw process. If I want to edit the placement of the hole, I can select the axis that is created when I place the screw. If I want to place threaded holes, I can do that by selecting the surface the screw head will rest on and then the top surface of the piece that needs to be threaded. When the Smart Library dialog box appears, the image will no longer have a nut and all nut options are disabled. The thread bore depth options are enabled. TD is threading depth and BD is hole depth. I can choose to have a through hole or through hole and through threading. The Assemble Again tool allows me to take a screw assembly I already defined and duplicate it elsewhere. Just select the screw assembly to be duplicated and its new point or axis. The Redefine tool lets me change the settings of an already assembled screw connection. The Redefine Again Assembled Screw Connections checkbox will allow me to modify any screw connections that were assembled from this screw connection or were assembled during the mouse pick loop command. I can also check screw connections using the Check Screw Connections tool. Double-click on a connection to fix any problems with the connection. To delete a screw connection, use the Delete tool located on the main AFX ribbon. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. This is Perry Franklin from learningexchange.ptc.com. Feel free to check out more content from PTC University or learningexchange.ptc.com.